Hey guys, this weekend I'm at 42 Acres in Somerset hosting a retreat, and I thought I would make the most of this beautiful yurt while all the guests are reading their books and chilling out, taking walks in the countryside to come and do a little bit of personal practice. And I decided to film it and share it with you guys, so I hope you enjoy it. It will just be a short, intuitive flow. Yeah. So let's start at the top of the mat, grounding down through the feet. And as you inhale, reach the arms over the head. Interlace the hands, turn the palms up to the sky and take a big stretch. Keep the ribs tucked in, lengthen tailbone down. And as you exhale, release the hands behind the back. Interlace the fingers again as you inhale, lift up through the chest, find a little bit of a stretch. And then as you exhale, bend the knees, take a forward fold. Reaching the palms over the head, let the head hang heavy. And soften your knees enough to minimize the space between the torso of the thighs. Maybe you sway from side to side. And then releasing the hands. As you inhale, lift the spine halfway and heel toe the feet about as wide as the mat. Sink the hips down, finding Malasana, your yogi squat, lengthening the chest. And then folding forwards, bring the hands to the floor, heel toe the feet parallel, and maybe just rock from side to side. Have a little play of the weight on the feet, and then ground through the toes as you inhale, reach all the way up. Grabbing hold of the left wrist with the right hand, bend the knees, and as you exhale, lean the body over to the right. Inhale, coming back to center, swap the arms, bend the knees, and as you exhale, take it over to the left. Just stretching out the sides of the body, bringing the hands all the way down to the floor, letting the head hang heavy. Then pressing into the palms, very slowly step the feet to the back of the mat and make your way into your downward facing dog. So lengthening the spine, grounding through the hands and through the feet. Maybe there's a softness in the knees. Bend the arms as you slowly begin to lengthen the chest all the way forward so you bring your whole body down onto the mat with control. Elbows wrap into the sides of the body. As you inhale, peel the upper body away from the ground as you plug in through the toenails. And as you exhale, lower the chest down. Maybe play with the placements of the hand. As you inhale, ripple the upper body away from the floor. And as you exhale, lowering it back down. And then reaching the left arm out to the side, you're going to press into the right hand and roll the body open so the right foot comes to step behind the left leg. Finding space through the chest, through the pec muscle on the left side. Perhaps you reach all the way around and grab hold of the right ankle with the right hand. If it feels comfortable, just be mindful not to put too much strain onto the left shoulder. Then drawing that knee all the way up towards the right armpit. Just for a moment, press into the hands, find an up dog with the leg to the side. And then lowering the body down as you exhale. Step the right foot back and swap over to the other side. So reaching the right arm out, stepping the left leg over the right, and using the left hand almost like a gear to open up into the right shoulder. If there's space and it feels comfortable, reach around and catch hold of the left ankle. Keep breathing as you open up into the shoulder. And then slowly releasing with the exhale to bring the left knee all the way up to touch the left shoulder as you press into the palms and take a little back bend. And then release the body back down, send the leg to the back of the mat. Keep it nice and slow as you roll onto the sit bones and come to Baddha Konasana. So the soles of the feet come together, knees drop out to the sides, the spine stays long. Think about broadening the collarbones through the front of the body. And then with a long spine, you're going to reach the right hand all the way behind you, left foot extends. Pressing into the hand and the right shin as you reach the left arm over the head and straighten the left leg. Lowering back down to the floor as you exhale. Inhale to reach up, find a nice big stretch. And as you exhale, lowering the hips back down. One more inhale, reach all the way up, place the left hand down to the floor and step back to your downward facing dog. And then lowering the opposite leg down to the floor, pressing into the left hand, left shin as you reach the right arm over the head. Lower the hips to exhale. As you inhale, reach the arm over the head, find stretch through the side body. And as you exhale, lowering it back down. One more time, inhale, reach all the way up. And as you exhale, lower it back down. Take the arm all the way over, press into both palms as you send the tailbone back, downward facing dog. As you inhale, ripple all the way forward to your high plank, drop the hips, come through upward dog, untuck the toes. And as you exhale, lower the chest. Take the hands in front of the mat as you inhale, ripple the upper body away from the floor. With control, use the breath, exhale to lower it down. Place the hands by the chest, bend the knees and push back to your child's pose. And then tucking the toes, send the tailbone up, deep breath in and big exhale to release, downward facing dog. So starting with the left leg, let's draw it out to the left side, placing it back down to the floor. Inhale, take the right leg out to the right side and exhaling it back down. Left leg lifts with the inhale, exhale to lower back down. And then the right leg lifts behind you, releasing it to the floor with the exhale. Bending the knees, look forward as you ripple the body to the top of the mat. As you exhale, send the tailbone high, taking full body ripples, letting the knees float away from the floor. Lift the tailbone up and exhale, find your downward facing dog. Look to the front, step or jump the feet to the top of the mat. As you inhale, lift halfway. And as you exhale, folding over the toes. Catching hold of opposite elbows, letting the head hang heavy. Soften the gaze, soften the jaw, and soften the knees to come to squat down towards the mat. The heels can be lifted or flat to the floor, and then press into the palms as you roll your way back up. With the feet hip width apart, catch hold of the big toes. Inhale to lengthen halfway, and as you exhale to fold the elbows out to the side. You can keep this as a static pose, just focusing on the forward fold, or you can move from side to side. And then inhale, look forwards, release the toes. Exhale, step or jump back to your high plank and lower through a vinyasa. As you exhale, twist the hips down to the left side and then lower through a vinyasa again. Exhale, twist the hips towards the right. Inhale to look forwards, and as you exhale, downward facing dog. Coming up onto the tiptoes, shifting the weight, and then reaching the right leg high behind you. Bend the knee, push evenly into the hands as you open up the right hip. Breathing into the side of the body, feel space and length. And then draw that knee across the body towards the left side. Extend the foot out to the side and shift the weight into the right hand as you reach the left arm over the head. As you exhale, lower the hips down to the floor. Inhale to reach the arm over the head, place it back to the floor and lower through a vinyasa with the leg to the side. Inhale to your up dog. Exhale, send the right leg up and back behind you. Release it to the floor. Left side leg rises as you inhale. Opening the hip as you bend the knee, push evenly into both shoulders. Try to keep the upper body square to the top of the mat. And then thread the left leg all the way through. Come to extend through the side body. As you exhale, lower the hips. As you inhale, reach the arm, lift the hips high. And as you exhale, lower it down. Inhale, take it over the head. Release the hand to the floor as you lower through a vinyasa with the leg to the side. Bringing the leg through to the chest. Take it high behind you and releasing it to the floor, downward facing dog. Look to the top of the mat, come up onto the tiptoes, and then softening the hips down to a child's pose. Find a nice big stretch through the back of the body. Feel the breath expanding through the ribs. And then slowly squeeze belly button to spine as you lower the hips down to the floor. Take the feet nice and wide for this kind of Sphinx pose variation, and maybe you explore twisting from one side to the other. And then as you release the knees to the floor, send your tailbone back to the sky. Keep your chest low as you lengthen the whole body to the floor. Coming back to those ripples through the spine as you inhale, press into the fingertips, and exhale to lower back down. And then release the body. Take a moment, take a breath here. Hands can stay up by the head or rest by the hips. And then as you inhale, hands come to the shoulders, bend the knees, send the head all the way back towards the toes, really lengthen the spine. And then use that space, take the tailbone all the way back, tuck the toes, and lift up, downward facing dog. Deep breath in through the nose, come up onto the tiptoes, ripple the body forward, and as you exhale, send it back to your child's pose, big sigh. From child's pose, bring the hands up onto the thighs, come to sit up tall on the knees, stretching out the toes by tucking all 10 toes underneath you. Having a little roll out through the neck, and just feeling into any stickiness or tightness. And then as you inhale, take the hands over the head. Bringing them either side of the knees, push back into the feet. Heel toe them nice and wide and just let the upper body fold down. Maybe swaying from side to side. And then walking the hands forward. I'm going to take a few little bunny hops. So as you inhale, rock the weight into the hands. As you exhale, take it to the feet. Maybe the feet draw up towards the sit bones as you inhale. And then land the feet at the top of the mat for the last one. Coming into a forward fold once more, letting the head hang heavy. Really enjoying this space. Catching hold of the big toes with the 2-piece fingers, lengthen through the spine. And as you exhale, bend the knees, come to squat all the way down to the floor. Again, maybe you have a little sway from side to side. And then landing the feet somewhere comfortable. Doesn't matter if the heels touch the floor or not. And rolling all the way onto the back of the body with control. Coming to place the feet onto the floor. And just gently dropping the knees from side to side. The movement can come from the hips, or you can involve the whole of the sides of the body in a little bit of a stretch from side to side. Feeling the breath in the body. And then taking the right foot and placing it over the left knee. Just be mindful of the lower back as you drop the knees over to the left side and gaze over your right shoulder. Feel the length through the side of the waist. And just breathe. Inhale to bring the legs back to center. Just shuffle the hips over to the left. Cross the left leg over the right and drop the knees to the right side. Taking the gaze over the opposite shoulder. Again, just being mindful of this movement through the pelvis. And think of the stretch through the side of the body as you breathe. Inhale back to center. Bring the soles of the feet together. Let the knees drop out to the sides and the arms can rest wherever they fall naturally. So maybe letting the arms rest on the body or up over the head. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, draw the knees into the chest. Send the heels up towards the sky. And very slowly, imprinting the lower back to the floor, lower the legs all the way down onto the mat. Keep it controlled. Soften the body down. Finding yourself in this star-shaped pose for one moment of relaxation. Coming back to find the breath within your body. You can either stay here with the arms outstretched or take the arms down either side of the body for your final Shavasana. And then with your next breath, slowly start to bring the awareness back to the body. Gently wriggling the fingers and toes. Drawing the knees into the chest with your inhale, and then in your own time, bringing yourself up to a comfortable seated pose, whatever that means to you.
And just soften the sit bones to the floor, bring the hands to touch at the heart. Bowing the head down to the hands as you take a moment of gratitude for your practice. Namaste.
If you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more, then you can subscribe to my channel by clicking here, or check out some more yoga videos right here.